Well, guys, as it's the biggest news story of the day, I thought I'd better cover it, though to be honest, I don't really care, and I expect most of you don't either. But Harry and Meghan's money grabbing interview and so called tell all revelations is about as interesting to me as watching the carbonated chicken belt feeding Diane Abbott the pork sword. It's literally stomach churning. I could go my entire life without seeing either of those two things, but we can go over some of their claims reported by the media here, because these two never fail to show themselves up. Now, we should state right off the bat that this prize winning pair of prats left the royal family to get away from media attention by going over to LA and selling themselves to the highest bidder on TV, the internet, or anywhere else. You all remember them saying they wanted to be financially independent. Well, now they are moaning because the royal family cut them off, because I guess financially independent to them means sponging off the taxpayer or the royals themselves. It really goes to show, though, just how deluded the Prince of Soy and his lefty spunk trumpet really are. Now, like clockwork, they claimed racism because it's Harry and Meghan. Obviously, that's what they do. Telling David Lammy to hold their beer when it comes to race baiting in this day and age. In fact, I think the Queen should have titled them the Duke and Duchess of Race Baiting. It's about all they're good at this point. Now, during the bullshit interview, which apparently lasts 2 hours but I refuse to watch, she claims the royal family was racist to her and the British public alongside them. Despite, as many have pointed out, most people didn't even know her ethnicity or care until she started bleating on about it. I, for one, did not know or even remotely care what colour she was when she married Harry, along with 99% of the public I expect, who literally didn't give a shit if she was multicoloured pink and green. Now, they also claim that the palace was concerned about the colour of their kid's skin, despite the fact that Harry is ghost white, and as previously noted, Meghan hardly resembles the skin tone of David Lammy, does she? The kid was hardly going to come out looking like a ginger Frank Bruno, was it? Now, personally, I think that bit there from Meghan was a complete load of bollocks, but to be honest, it doesn't even matter. It's just emotive bullshit trying to pull on heartstrings so the lefty lovies get outraged on Twitter, promoting Harry and Meghan hopefully lining up another interview and a bumper payday. It's actually quite pathetic. But to top all that off, she also claims she felt like committing suicide because being a stinking rich princess flying around on private jets is so fucking hard, especially when you're telling the working class people not to have kids or go on holiday so they can save the planet. My heart would bleed for her if it wasn't for the fact that I think she's talking shit, and in my mind is no better than any other Hollywood cumbucket who never made it to the big time. Surely, if she felt that bad living in England and the palace, she would have just left. She was not held at gunpoint, so sorry, I ain't fucking buying it. And also, I feel I should state that reports at this point are claiming this was always her plan, so who knows what the truth is when it comes to the Prince of Soy and his virtue signalling whiny pincushion. Their hypocrisies and contradictions are biblical at this point, so I don't even take anything they say with a single ounce of seriousness. It's literally just all bullshit to me. But finally, I think we should get back to the money side of this bullshittery, because some media hags are claiming these rich tosspots needed to sign the Netflix and Spotify deals because they had no money, despite the fact that in the same sentence they are literally calling them both millionaires, so I struggle to figure out how they've come to that conclusion. Obviously, the media don't live in the real world, much like Meghan and Harry. If you ask me, they made deals because they're a money-hungry pair of shitweasels with the moral compass I would expect from the super-rich like them. It's certainly not a moral compass the average person could live by. Now, of course, the media will make a big deal out of this, but in all honesty, I doubt the palace will care that much. It will be out of the news cycle in a few days, and that will be it. 90% of people won't even bother watching or looking into it. Because, like I said, 90% or maybe even more do not really care. One thing I will say, though, is that the Queen should strip them of their Sussex title right now. Make them just plain old Meghan and Harry. See how they like their apples there. And who knows, she might actually do it, considering it's on ITV at 9 PM, I think. But I won't be watching it, let me tell you that. I will have a game of Flight Simulator and maybe fly the Spitfire around and enjoy my evening if I have the time. Shit, I might even stream it to my gaming channel that will be linked below and chat with you guys while I do it. I highly doubt many of you will want to see it on here, so check out my gaming channel if you want to join me. Like I said, the link will be down below.
We're off!